Darryl, that transition though, man, when you got locked up and you go on the trial, did you think you were gonna be able to beat it? Did you try to fight it? Where were you at with it at that time?
Trial. I went to trial. I tried to get them to offer me 15 years because mind you, I was only 20 years old when I went. So I said, if I get 15 years, I can get out when I'm like 32 years old, which is 12 years. And to me, I did that standing on my head, right?
Yeah.
But at the time, they said it was coming up from up top. The only way they was going to work something out with me, they wanted me to cooperate because they knew I knew all the guys.
Yeah.
And so I told them, even with the 15 years, I'll actually forfeit some money to them too. And they said their hands were tied. So I couldn't even get a deal for 15 years at that time.
My God.
So, but what they was hoping was, after my appeals and stuff, I lose them, that maybe I would rethink.
Yeah.
They offer cooperating, and even when they came back around to me, I told them, "Ain't nothing changed, man. I gotta stand on what come with the decisions I made, you know." Yeah. And that's how it ended up playing out. And until President Obama gave me a clemency in 2016, that was my position, man. I'm gonna ride it out until they let me out, you know. So I got out like 3.5 years earlier from the clemency that Obama gave me because of my attorneys, Diana Frappier and Brittany Barnett, was able to get me a clemency from the president, and I got that plot in my house where he gave me another chance, man, and I appreciate Obama for that, you know. And he got a lot of slack from his staff because they felt like I was kind of like a little monster, you know, and I wasn't. But they built me up to be that, so they felt he was doing a high risk by allowing me the clemency, and he just felt because how young I was and how brilliant he thought I was here, I more than deserved a second chance, and he gave me that second chance, man, and I appreciate that.
When you started doing that time, though, Darryl, what was going through your mind when they told you that you looking at 30 years?
No, when they gave me 420 months. So, this is a true story, man. Not one time did I cry about the time they gave me. And the first time I cried about my circumstances was the day I walked out of prison.
My God.
So I had them suppress them emotions.
Yeah.
For all them years, bro, until that officer was walking me through R&D, and it hit me. And I started crying. And I'll never forget, I said to the officer, I said, "Man, I apologize for doing this in front of you." And he said, "Hey, man, you know how long you been in jail?" He said, "Man, you can do all the crying you want."
Yeah.
Reed. He said, "Man, we so happy that we see you going home, man. You ain't never should have been in jail for this long for no nonviolent drug charge. First time offender, bro."
My God.
So that was a moment, man, that I never forget because I was fighting it, right? I was choking, and then it just... And then once I walked through that door, bro, and seeing that other side of the world, was like, I'm here, man.
I'm here, exactly. I'm here.
I'm here, you know?
During those 28 years, though, Darryl, seeing young men coming in there, seeing older men passing away, what was going through your mind during those times where you saw it was a revolving door and a lot of people that looked just like you coming in and out of it?
So what I did while I was in there, though, man, which is a lot of younger dudes that when they was coming in, man, I would embrace them and give them as much wisdom as I can give them. And that's why I can go around the country and all these different places, because I've always had the ability to have diplomacy.
Yeah.
Diplomacy is a gift, right? And so with diplomacy, you can nip a lot of situations in the bud and in the streets where it save lives. And when you have done that for people, they never forget that. So in prison, I use my influence to get in the middle of cultural wars, where I can get him to the table, give him some logic. Look, man, this ain't worth this.
Yeah.
We all are gonna be screwed if we don't nip this in the bud.
Exactly.
We all are gonna get screwed from this situation. Somebody gonna get killed. Somebody gonna have a new case. We're gonna get shipped all around the country. So my ability doing that throughout them years, throughout the prisons, dudes love me all around the country, man. Cause I some of them dudes would have never went home had they not listened to my approach.
Come on.
So that's what I did in there, bro. I used my influence and my this here to try to alleviate violence and give dudes some hope that they gonna get a second chance at life, man. And so that's why when I came home, I started my Darryl Foundation because I was already calling to the streets from prison to talk to the youngsters about not following the path I took and not to want to be like the old me. But it's more opportunities for y'all now. You don't have to just sell drugs to feel like this is the only way out the hood. So that's I using my voice for that from in prison, and those are the things that mom and them looked at and said, man, the dude already been using his influence for positivity from in there, man. He don't need to still be in there.
Yeah.
All those things helped me get a clemency.
When it came time to figure out how to get that clemency, what was that whole process like, trying to reach out to the Obama administration to get it done?
So my boy Hammer, a soldier, man. Hammer went up to that White House knocking on doors and shit, man, about me, you know. And I love this because people don't know this though, but dude is a solid dude, man. And the dancing shit, man, don't get it twisted, man. Man, Hammer is a different
it's
guy.
It's the real deal.
Yeah, he ain't to be played with.
Come on now.
Right? But the point is, dude really was up there advocating for me, though, you know. And I never was gonna try to get a clemency because I hadn't done so many years, bro, that I felt like, man, I got 3.5 years ago, man, I could do the rest of that shit. And this is a true story. When the lawyers talked to me on the phone and talked to me about filing a clemency for me, I was real nonchalant about it. Because at that point, bro, I'm 27 years or something in, man. I done adapted to my new world. You know, this is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So first I was bucking on her filing a clemency for me, and she eventually convinced me and said, Brittany said, Darryl, you don't have nothing to lose, right? And even if it's 3 years and something, that's 3 years and some of your life, right? Let me file it. I'm almost 100% sure Obama is gonna grant you clemency. Just let me do the work.
Yeah.
She did the work. Within 60 days, bruh, I got a call from my unit team. That's who like your counselor and all that. They told me we got a phone call for you. It was Brittany Barnett and Diana Frappier, my two lawyers. So we get on the phone, and she says, I got some good news for you, Darryl. So at that point, I'm kind of already feeling what she's going to say, right?
Yeah.
She says, Obama granted your clemency, you going home.
Come on now.
I was quiet. She was like, you heard what we said? They right. They hollering, these women. They hollering, right, and stuff. And I'm kind of just like, and they tell this story too. They was like, we told this boy he had clemency going on or whatnot, and he was just so nonchalant about it. And I think I was sort of like just kind of just numb.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, I do appreciate this, man. It's gonna be 3.5 years early me getting home, but I'm also fighting, bro. Man, these white folks just had me do 28 years for a nonviolent crime, and I got homeboys who did murders. Them niggas did 7 and 8 years. Like, So it was mixed feelings from me, and so we get off that call, and when I come back out there, and these dudes know I'm waiting to hear about my clemency, right?
Yeah.
Man, when I told some of them dudes I was going home, these grown ass killers. you know,
I'm
right?
with you. Yeah.
Some of them dudes was crying, man.
Yeah.
And they was happy for me.
Yeah.
And man, that's how I got my clemency, bro. And I remember, man, walking through the airport. I'm gonna send a picture to you too that they took me. I was walking through the airport, and it freaked me out seeing all these people on these phones with their head down. It's real shit, bro.
Yeah.
And it's moving so fast. You know, I'm like this, and this shit is, and I'm looking like a deer. I got the picture they caught of me. I'm looking like a deer with the headlights in front of me, bro, because this is a whole new world I'm walking into, bro. But
yeah,
I ain't intimidated.
That's right.
My mindset is whatever I'm gonna need to do to get back on track, I know I got the courage to do it. So I ain't never freaking out mentally saying, you know, because some motherfuckers freak out.
Yeah.
I'm never there mentally because I know mental and physical and health is what kept me sane for all them years,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna keep that same mindset, right?
That's right.
So people was bumping into each other and shit in this airport and shit. And I'm looking at the people like, man, you ain't gonna say excuse me, right?
Yeah.
Penitentiary.
Exactly.
You better say excuse
Come
me,
on
right?
now.
So all these things was my challenges to me, and I'm saying, wow.
Ooh.
Man, it's a code I'm talking about. I knew it was gonna be, you know, something for me to see, but to get there and have to go through it and see it. So those things were just the littlest things, bro, that I had to adapt to and be able to cope with, so I can come back into society and try to find my way, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was on they had me on paper for 5 years. I mean, I had to do probation for 5 years, but I got off early. I got off in 3 years though because I didn't get in no trouble.
Yeah.
And they wanted me to get a job, and I said I can't work for nobody, man. Like I'm smarter than I can't work for them. But they said, well, you got to get a job because if you don't get it, because my folks were doing different stuff for me, and they said, but you need to get a job, right, if you want to get off early. So I said, well, I'll start me a business.
Yeah.
So I went and got me a box truck, started me a hauling company, just like up the top of my head, I'm gonna go get me a box truck, okay?
Yeah.
I'll start me a business, but I ain't working for nobody.
Yeah.
So I got me a little box truck, one little box truck.
Yeah.
Started my little hauling business and stuff like that. Started doing my little parties and stuff like that, man.
That's right.
And rebuilding my life, man, you know?
When you realized that, you know, the next question I got though too, just revisiting, reliving, and just remembering those times, man. What went through your mind 20 years in and you recollecting the young man and that 3-year run that led to those 20 years, man?
My maturity as a human being, as a man, looking back on how naive we are when we young like that, and we think we grown. You know, just reflecting on all those things, but also using those experiences to try to teach and get through to the younger guys to help them try to navigate to avoid some of those particular decisions when I was young. So just using my life as a playbook to help some of these younger dudes try to make better decisions, you know?
How many of them were actually listening?
Oh, listen, man, me, like, even if you in the Bay Area with me, man, it's a different kind of love they got for me, man, because when I was hustling and getting a lot of money, had a lot of power, I didn't abuse it.
Yeah.
But I I called it spreading the bread.
Yeah.
I was able to do business with Duke from all these different neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Because I built alliances.
Yeah.
So even the younger people, they hear from their parents or their aunties and uncles, so they heard how I treated people back then, way back then, before they was born. So when I came out, older dudes was telling me, man, the youngsters hard-headed, they wild, don't waste your energy with them. And I'm telling them, look, man, we really part of the reason some of these motherfuckers wild, man. We was selling crack cocaine and shit to their parents and their grandparents and all that. That's a domino effect. It trickles down onto them.
Yeah.
We part of the reason why a lot of them is screwed up, man. So my position is, if I can save one of them, I'ma save them.
Yeah.
And I feel like I owe them that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what makes the love they got for me different. It's like I'm the people's champ, and that's why they also support me with this whole party thing. But also, me and Monique is bringing a high level of entertainment that they not used to seeing with the stilts and dancers in the air and all this. So we are also bringing them these experiences. So that's why they support me too on the level that they support me, because they know no matter, I was a D-boy. There's a lot was with D-boys. Some of them motherfuckers was robbing, right? Yeah. But I still had a good heart.